Good morning, folks. I'm back out here at the crappie hole for more of the crappie phenomenon. And today my strategy is going to be pretty much the same as the strategy I had last time. I'm fishing with the same thing here. I just stuck this in the water and a fish just came up after it. These fish are super aggressive right now. But same thing here, just a 1/16 ounce chartreuse head with red eyes and a black chartreuse cream tube jig from Walmart. High vis 8-pound test Mr. Crappie, and it's a gold color, and then 12 foot B&M crappie pole, West Point. And then I've got just a little tiny light Bass Pro Shop underspin on here. Here we go. First crappie of the day. Really nice little black crappie. This technique that I'm using, I don't know if there's a proper name for it, but what I'm gonna call it is tightline and vertical jigging. And what I mean by that, here, I got a fish on there already. Let me pull this crappie in right here. That's a pretty nice one. And then I'll finish what I was talking about. What I'm talking about with tight lining, keeping your line tight. If I drop this jig down in the water, I want it to go down as fast as it will sink, but I want to follow it with that rod tip and keep all the slack out of my line, just like that right there. What that'll do is that'll allow you most of the time to feel the bite on the way down when it's going down. And if you see my fingers right here, I've always got my fingers on that line right there, so I can feel something if it hits that line. Even no matter how small it is. But I'll let that fall down and I'll keep that slack out of that line to feel that fish if he thumps it. And if my line goes slack, it's either one or two things. It's either on top of something, a limb or a log, or it's in a fish's mouth. So if it does that, if it goes slack, I'll just lift my rod back up. I'm not gonna set the hook because I don't know if anything's on there, if it's on a log. But I'll just lift it back up and feel if anything's there. If a fish is there, I'll start to feel it. Something's hitting me right there. Probably a little sunfish or something. But if something's there and I pick that back up, I'll feel it move a little bit. It'll feel a little springy. And if I can feel that fish move around a little bit, even though it won't be real subtle, I'll know that fish is on there. But that's basically the technique that I use. And this is a good time to use it right now when we're in this little event that's going on with the river falling in the summertime. And it also works in the springtime when you're during the spawn. Do the same thing. And right now I'm working between 3 and 6 feet. That's where most of the fish have been coming from, where my hits are coming from. And I'll start out usually around 4 feet or so, and then I'll pull out a foot, let it go down. And I'll pull out another foot, let it go down. Most of the times, if the crappie's there, he's gonna hit it right away when they're active like this. I won't stay in one spot too long. But when you get on these brush piles, you need to check different areas on the brush pile. Don't just sit in one spot. you know, move it around to different spots. There's something's got on it right there. This is another little crappie. There we go. I tore that upper lip right there. Here he is. I'm gonna go further up the bayou. Oh my goodness, did you see that spoon-billed catfish jump up there? Wow. That was pretty awesome. There are some gar in here that are 100 pounds. For those of you that may not believe that this is August and this is happening in August, there we go. Now what I'm looking for is not necessarily just the stuff sticking up out of the water to fish, but also we see these laydowns that are coming off of the bank and coming out here, and they're out here a good ways and they're deep in the water. So I can kind of follow that line out a ways, you know, and I'm gonna jig that part that's a little bit deeper. And if I don't get anything, I'll move up a little bit shallower on it. And if nothing comes on it, I'll move on to the next one that I find. I'm probably not gonna spend no more than 5 minutes on any one treetop. Here's something. Oh, nice crappie right there. Look at that. I wasn't even expecting that. Look at that thing. Look at his tail, got a big old chunk missing out of his tail right there. Usually the shallower you get, the bigger the chance you got. There's something right here. There's a crappie. Pretty nice one too, man. Pretty black crappie. Huh. If you look at what I pulled up right here, this is a green willow leaf that's down there. So I do believe that those crappie are attracted to these green willow leaves. Can't see them, but this must have fallen recently. Yeah, it's still got some green limbs or green leaves on it. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at this slab right here. White crappie. Yeah, there's a nice crappie right there. Nice slab right there. Nice white crappie. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, it's getting hot and I'm getting hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. If you want to see more catching, go back and check out my last video. I'm not gonna put all this catching on this video. This is more for just a technique video in the way that I fish this and some of the techniques that I use. So anyway, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. And we'll see you on the next video, and God bless.